Okay, so I will start now. Okay, so thank you for attending today's webinar. Actually, this is my second webinar in a series of the in digital healthcare, especially for digital therapeutics. That I'm also very new this field because I just started this field maybe 6 or 7 months ago. Actually, by certain reason that I met with a startup founder in digital therapeutics. And
Yeah.
then she actually developed the digital therapeutics for Alzheimer's disease. And I got the very interested feeling about this field after that. Actually, I talked with her many, many times and then try to understand what you're doing and then try to have her to get a fund or many discussions. And then I talk with a lot of the stakeholders in this field and investors. And finally decided this is a really interesting field. I can delve into more deeper level.
Yeah.
So my first approach as user, I'm a patent attorney also. I'm industry expert, especially tech industry for 30 years. So my approach first is to understand what the status of innovation, what the status of product, what the status of market or industry. So first, I try to understand some innovation, state of the innovation first as my expert field. So I search and review the old patent, global patents related to this field as I have expertise in, I have many years that have done the same thing. And then I search and then I figure out around 200 relevant for this field. And I found that this is new field because this is very focused field. So
Yeah.
I found that contrary to, for example, digital healthcare is meaning many things. So all digital technology apply to the healthcare is very big
Yeah.
application. And then I found tens of thousands patents already out there, but among them only 100 in specifically for this digital therapeutics. That's why this is very specialized field. And then so I figure out that what the innovation through the old review or the intensive review of the older patents. And then my first webinar about that, what the landscape of the patent owners and then what they apply for the target conditions like Alzheimer's disease and mental health. Mental health means many things, but usually depression, anxiety, PTSD, or the substance use disorders,
Yeah.
other kind like for example autism and ADHD. Actually, this is all we know. Even you are not expert in medical field. So
Yeah.
and then I figure out that the way to actually to to contribute to this field as user I did it before. And then so I first to look at the what the industry players, what the innovation, and then I decided to as a user to publish a lot of the articles that relate to that I found. And then I also found that the pain point of this industry, because this is very specialized field. So the for example, that the older people involved in already in the healthcare or the bio life science, and that they already have their specialties in their field, in the medicine or other therapeutics or the pharmaceutical or the medical device or whatever. But I found that they are also very isolated. What I mean is very because of this field is very specialized because of this related to human life. So it's heavily regulated. For example, the pharmaceutical and medical device all regulated by the government. And then so for example, the FDA allowance is needed for until you actually reach to the your like users. So and require a lot of the like pathway to get the market. and require a lot of fun and a lot of strategy and then collaboration with the big companies in Palmer and other companies. And then recently I found that already three start pioneers in this field is bankrupt. So
Yeah.
I found that this is very user case experience. Usually I was in the emerging field in 30 decade and then in 3 decade, and I witnessed the similar cases, even if we have there's different business environment. So I try to understand what the pain point of this
Mm-hmm.
industry, and then what the peoples are doing to resolve that. And then based on my other field experience, different view that how actually can contribute this field. And now, and then I found that this is one way actually can be some solution to this industry. I think that what I found the pain point, because for example, I look at I really heavily follow there is a association like Digital Therapeutics Alliance at headquarters in Boston, actually I located, and then I met like a CEO Andy last year, and then I heard about his talk, and then I know about what they're doing, and I look at all their document actually the publishes, and then their members there, and then what they are trying to do, and then what's the pain point that I can contribute. And then what I found was first, oh, is as a this actual this is a healthcare, like in the big category is a big is a healthcare industry. And the healthcare
Yes.
industry have a different stakeholders as user experience in big tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually in the big tech is we know that for business model, we know about the like a B2B, B2BC or B2C model, but the somewhat different structure in this industry is that the users and then payers actually pay the money and actually utilizing that based on that payment is a different. Usually the patient don't pay.
Yeah.
Usually pay, but usually not much in the out of their pocket. Usually the share by the employers or share by the insurance, something like that. So different like a stakeholders layer.
Yeah.
And also I understand is like a consumers actually not much understand what they are provided. For example, everybody, every yeah. For example, your family member is Alzheimer, and then you have a very difficult. I know about a lot of people in the old ages. People is more chance to have a Alzheimer disease, and then but they're not much about how to handle Alzheimer. Even they don't know about how to do how well they get the treatment or something like that. They are not much expertise. So the consumers, actually the users of this industry is not sophisticated,
Mm-hmm.
contrary to the this technology and everything is very sophisticated in healthcare. And then payers actually their concern is to different mind actually they have a in the particularly this sector is a somewhat I found is somewhat different from other fields. It's very similar to what I found I've been in 2 years ago was sustainability, environmental, or the like ESG field. It's
Yeah.
a kind of like some public like goods. So, for example, hospital, they found that many hospital actually the non-profit is the only fraction actually for in the United States less than 30% actually the profit hospital. So they are non-profit. So therefore just for the general public goods. For example, in
Mm-hmm.
South Korea, basin is 100% public, no one private hospitals. So they usually they're funded by the government. They are like a general public health matters, something like this. So somewhat different structure also in the operation. And then in the insurance company also have a different view yeah, it's a general public, but they only care about the cost of saving or something like this. So stakeholders are very heterogeneous in their mind. And
Yeah.
then so so as like to think about make a more innovate, much better to deliver like a better healthcare service to the general people require much effort. So
Yeah.
so I think philosophically, I think the digital therapeutics is one of the good alternative to provide the kind of like I mentioned about the provide like a low cost health service, better like effectiveness of something like that, the targeting, right?
Yes,
But
totally agree.
but-
Yes.
yeah, but actually to get to get there, to get there means that it's as adopted as a mainstream part of the mainstream healthcare industry. So there is a lot of things to do further. So
Yeah.
so I try to do like find out a way my own based on my
Yeah.
own. I'm not a big guy, but anyway, because I also have my own 30 years experience in over the all different kind of the industry and all of the like a different business. So I found that
But you do great things. It's I think that it's really great things, not only for local people. It's great things for humanity. You know,
right,
it's
right.
yes, it's very big step for our future therapeutics, future medicine. I think that it will be actual in our everyday lives, not only in local human. Maybe it will be take more long time that
Mhm.
we expect, but I think that your works will be great steps in this field.
Yes, yes. So I think that this is the one usually that how actually the digital therapeutics contribute that kind of humanity. Like for example, humanity means not much big idea, just to provide a better healthcare service to everyone, right? So
Yeah.
so I think that the one topic I found actually the precision medicine is a kind of like in the medical like a society is a prepared way to treat providers the healthcare service to their patient. Like a
Yeah.
precision means for individualized, more
Yeah.
detail level. Usually in healthcare, usually the way actually that they handle it is like based on grouping, like for example, global person, right? Like
Yeah.
COVID-19, the global issues of population, and then national level, population level, age level, or the like a sex level, they're grouping and then usually the healthcare to dealing with the, like more default level, micro level require the more
Yeah.
like detailization means the cost to bring that
Yeah.
on to provide is higher in the cost. So,
Yeah.
so even if that's a dream, like the precision medicine means in individual level. So in the
Mm.
individual level, how provide the healthcare service to the on the like a fitting individual, right? It's very high cost model. For example,
Yeah.
it's
It's
only
true.
yeah only available. For example, is very critical to the life. For example, cancer is usually the precision medicine usually is adopted in the cancer treatment because it's a life matter, like life or death matter, and then willing to pay a lot of money, right? So even if there is a cost, they were like willing to pay that on they want to like share the cost, right? Otherwise,
Yeah.
very difficult to bring this precision medicine for everyday healthcare. Like for example, you have something to do, like have a stomach ache, right? And then you
Yeah.
get go to the like pharmaceuticals store and then get the like some like a drug, and then that drug actually does not fit into you, right? They're
Yeah.
just fit into
That's
some group,
true.
right?
Yeah.
That's tested
Yeah.
in the some group, right? So it's not it's usually is a statistically on the
Yeah.
average they will cure you, right? Based on like a statistics, right? But not sure 100% because they are not consider years as a just individual, right? When they develop their drug, right? So
Yeah.
so I found that wow, this is the field. This is the killer application. Actually, DTX should target, right? Low
Yeah.
cost,
Yeah. Sure.
low
Yeah.
cost precision
Mm.
medicine through digital therapeutics to even like you wanna buy like a $20 stomach ache drug, but if it can like fit into yours, right? They already know about you, and then they will
Yeah.
fit into you your symptom, and then they will cure. How will it be
Yeah.
fantastic? That's my dream. I'm not sure because whether my dream is agree with because I'm going to share this record with other guys in this field.
Yeah.
I'm a newcomer from other field, but I'm sure
I
that
want to hear at first your work, yeah. Then I have also such some more investigation about this theme, and I want to receive your opinion as that you are more professional in this field and you do more great things. That's why at first I want to listen to see your work here. Then I want to also share my thoughts too.
yeah. And then now I have a like enough learning curve. Actually, at least I understand this digital therapist industry fully now. And then
Yeah.
I'm started to act, and then
Okay.
and then try to to raise my voice through the contact with the lot of the professionals in this field, and then already contact with them, and then I got the response, and then I know because I've been in many different field. I for example like 3 years ago, I've been in the metaverse, and 2 years ago in the
Yeah.
accessibility. Before I was in
Yeah.
the AI. All the field. Whenever I went to a new field and then express my insight, actually, it's not formally welcomed initially, but they will recognize, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
so this is my idea, right? Because this is the one today's topic is just my understanding based on my pattern analysis
I
and
think it's great
industry research.
idea. It's
But
great idea that
it'll be a
yes,
first
you
step.
establish maybe
Yeah,
the first.
this is the idea that to provide to the professionals in the TTX industry. You know that what I mentioned initially because there were three pioneers already bankrupt, right? Because why? Because they cannot generate revenue. That's it. And
Yeah.
then my experience, I saw that 100,000 started actually that they bankrupt the same way, right? And then I
Yeah.
understand that why. And then here is the way actually the try to find out the way to avoid. I try to cure the pain point for myself. And then this is one idea. This is a hint that
Yeah.
I said a precision medicine. Then, if you are in the medicine field, as I mentioned, you might think of analyze genetic
Yeah.
algorithm, and then find out the way to like a bio like markers, and then find out the way to personalize, and then find out the better way to cure your cancer. Very sophisticated and very default level and then costly. But no, that's when I bring this issue that precision medicine can be everyday life treatment. That's my dream. Why? Because of this digital technology, digital therapeutics. What I bring today will be not enough to get that dream, but I want to at
Yeah.
least raise the issue that this is the first step, and that every people in this field, in your medical doctor or whatever your healthcare therapeutics or the
Yeah.
pharmaceutical, these are medical, the all stakeholders to understand, and then you maybe have some better idea than me to proceed for this direction. But anyway, my dream of the next everyday life healthcare will be precision medicine. This is a goal. Okay, so
Yeah.
I briefly because I already shared this presentation before
Yes. Yes.
already, so with my side. So I want to go over the key point that I actually how actually the fill the gap, my dream, and how these kind of activities support my idea, right? So first thing is that so precision medicine is just, as I mentioned, that particularly targeting individual, like in the treatment, right? Whatever the healthcare service means, like a diagnosis, or the like a prevention, or the prediction, or the like treatment, or cures, whatever, right? It's fitting to individual level. And then so usually the user way to do bring that precision to the individual queries was very expensive, very sophisticated, I mentioned, in the traditional healthcare area. But here is a lot of the thing that I understand in the DTX is digital technology. It changes that landscape because of this one, this kind of like, because they are data driven, and then they can get all the information required for the personalization. They can understand you, right?
Yeah.
Much cheaper way, rather than like just doing like a very expensive genetic like a testing, or very expensive like a medical test, traditional test. They can monitor you. They can understand you through, for example, every day your device, smartphone, your
Yeah.
wearables, whatever, right? It's a surrounding, right? So
Yeah.
usually this is one that in the medical mainstream they also call like ambient healthcare. Means that the ambient to you every day. What's ambient to you, right? Digital device, right? Smartphone, right?
Yeah.
You have it every day, right? So
Yeah.
utilizing that kind of like everyday device, and then get the data about you, and then understand your health condition, and then provide healthcare service based on. This is exactly what I mean by precision medicine, right? So actually, this is the inherent characteristics of digital therapeutics or digital healthcare area.
Hmm.
So even I don't say that like this is like a DTX for precision medicine. Actually, the inherent DTX has this element, precision medicine. So I just show some system way to like what kind of technology, what kind of things can actually that involve in this one. But in generally, this is one summary that DTX as itself inherently have this component, precision medicine. So they understand you comprehensively, and based on that, your condition, understanding you on what your physical condition, your behavior condition, your psychological condition, whatever you, right? And then
Yeah.
and then
I
based
think
on
that.
based on the
Yeah.
your condition, they provide what's the best delivery of the therapeutics. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to tell you. And then more like something more professional way to do is this is these are biomarkers. Usually biomarkers are well known in healthcare industry. Means that, for example, you have like find out some signature, then if you have that kind of signature by some your lab test, they call biomarkers. For example, that you have Alzheimer, and then there is like a biomarker, so they test your hormone level, and then some kind of the hormone level is above that, and then they diagnose you as some symptom of the like Alzheimer. It's kind of like a biomarker. Biomarker means that the indicator that you have some symptom, and then you provide that indicator by some way to testing. And that's it.
Hmm.
So biomarker in this time is this biomarker is provided by what? Digital way, right? So only
Yeah.
difference, but it's much powerful because they fully understand you by I mentioned like sensors, wearable devices, smartphone, whatever other device can monitor you, can recognize you, understand you, and then they can provide what kind of things will happen in the future, right? So this
Yeah.
is a biomarker, and then And then so they provide a comprehensive view of you by this way. I found that there are already many like a startup and innovators in this field use it. So this is all this information actually I got from my pattern analysis. So this information I got from this company's pattern related to this. So for example, I will start with a little bit better slide mode. Will you better your idea?
It will be good. Okay.
Okay, so for
Mm-hmm.
example, Illinois is a very big pharma company, and
Mm-hmm.
then they utilize smartphone, and then collect data. Passively means that actually this data is collected by automatically without any like intrusion to you. So they will be utilizing your smartphone, and then unknown to you actually that maybe you agree with that, and then unknown to you actually they collect data to available from you, and then detect cognitive impairment. So usually this is one symptom of the Alzheimer or the dementia, right? Because your Alzheimer, your memory loss or some other like your some kind of like a cognitive your like a performance is like a deteriorated. And then for what? Early detection of Alzheimer's disease is very important because up to now there are a lot of trial to develop drug for the Alzheimer's disease. Up to now, there is no anyone actually the cured Alzheimer's disease. And the only
Mm-hmm.
way actually that they just like delay your like a deterioration. For example, you have a Alzheimer's disease, and then they relaxed you like a company symptom. For example, Alzheimer's disease have like a sleep disorders or the like anxiety or depression, whatever. So they have you,
Mm-hmm.
but actually they cannot cure you. The, so
Mm-hmm.
so early detection is very important because if you find out very early, for example, Alzheimer's disease, I found that if you the clinically decided you are the Alzheimer's disease, actually, the you like symptom of the disease is you can find out at least 2 or 3 years before. So if you find out this disease very earlier as possible, then there is a much better way to actually they can cure it because in early stage there are much better way to cure you or the like a much delay your like appearance of disease as a clinical. So this is a fantastic, right? Because everyday smartphone. So this is one I vision in the future. And then you know that this is the one I'm going to talk about it later. Actually, this is the one place actually the collaborate big tech company like Google, Apple. There are much
Mm-hmm.
bigger industry out there, and this is a point actually the interface actually this like a digital therapeutics company or the pharmaceutical health company can be collaborate with a big tech company to create more bigger industry market, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is the one actually that I just how you actually got this one detail about you can read I just provide detail about the what kind of message style like other like there are many kind of like digital biomarkers you can have from your like everyday your like use of your smartphone. But anyways, this is one indicator that everyday smartphone everyday device can provide precision medicine because you know about this, right? You know about, then you can have a better way to actually provide your healthcare service. So this is
Mm-hmm.
another one is this company also like for example Parkinson's disease is one actually the you have some have problem in your movement, right? So they also provide a better way to like just to cure during the game. So they provide a very fun game like and then during the gameplay actually they diagnose and then provide the curing, right? Because this is one idea that digital therapeutics is delivered by the software way because they provide you the software game and install in your smartphone and they play game. But actually, during this play game, actually they know about you, and then based on your health condition, they provide the precision medicine to provide therapeutics about your symptoms, especially for this kind of they call neuro disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson, Huntington, whatever that we know about it. So this is the one using the game, and then during the game, like the game specific performance or the motor skill, reaction time, it did all kind of like a different indicator. You can have it and utilize them, and they find out, understand your cognitive like a health condition, and then they provide based on that like a personalized treatment. So this is the idea. And then this is one is for the mental health. Like even your voice is voice is your biomarker, digital biomarker. So voice analysis. There are many ways like they can analyze your voice and identify track mental health. Fantastic, right? Because for example, depression. So you have a depression and you have a emotional like your emotion is changing because of depression. It affect your voice, and then it is like they have a like a matching with your like a voice and the symptom of the depression, and then using AI they can understand you, and then they understand based on your voice and whether you have like a symptom of it, and then provide the effectiveness of the therapeutics, and then they provide more better way depending your like voice state, your personal state. This is exactly the precision medicine for your mental health. So I already show that the precision medicine can be applied for every field. It's not expensive, it's sophisticated, only apply for like cancer or some specific field because of this digital technology. And this is another one is to even your pain, right? You have a headache or the pain, then usually there are maybe the traditional drugs like aspirin or other drugs can be used, but there are many chronic like pains actually that cannot be easily go away, and then you need to have a like a drug many times, so it'll be a drug abuse or something like that. So there is another alternative way, or the complementary way is to provide this kind of like a digital therapeutics to for the pain. And this is one actually another area actually that can provide based on your current condition, and then based on your like a real time analysis, the real time way to understand you, and then provide on the spot. So this is a fantastic idea that we can explore. So and then here I provide, especially for the particularly I'm from the tech industry, so how AI and XR means like utilizing, usually we understand and provide a metaverse immersive space, and using the virtual reality or augmented reality to understand, and then how they actually integrate with the DTX for the precision medicine. This case is also I from my pattern analysis. And then I found that there are many innovations already done in this field. So for example, Alzheimer's disease, that so AI and XR, for example, here is the one that the the personal treatment friend. So the planning of your personalized treatment is available for your Alzheimer's disease based on this AI analysis. And then even I mentioned the gamification to provide the motivation to engaging in this kind of digital therapeutics. So they provide more engaging, and then they adhere to your therapy, and then they provide like individual characteristics, and then based on AI algorithm capable of just based on it's a dynamic adjustment of your treatment, and the match with the individual specific condition, symptom, and treatment response is a fantastic idea. And then virtual reality is kind of provide some immersive experience. So actually they actually confuse your brain, right? So actually using this one, and then they can provide you like provide some kind of like more innate, and then like cognitive ability, like a treatment matters. And there are many, actually, I have several articles already done this field, and then there are many ways actually provide this kind of like a virtually based treatment, even in the Alzheimer's disease and other disease. And then this is for mental health, it's same thing like anxiety, depression, PTSD. There are many already in the like clinical tests already. And then I found that there is several like virtual reality, augmented reality game. For example, your PTSD, then and then so actually that you have some kind of phobia or something like that, actually that you have a bad experience, you have terrible experience, and you have a
Mm-hmm.
nightmare, whatever, and then they try to cure because of you, they put in your immersive experience, a very situational like environment actually that can be mimic your like some stress situation, and then they know
Mm-hmm.
what your pain point is to cure it, and based on your like based on your personalized through the facial recognition, biometrics, and then the machine learning capability to positively influence mental health, right? And personalized recommendation is available. And then I said like your emotional state is can understand and then provide adaptive treatment. This is a fantastic area that we can explore the precision medicine. And
Yeah.
even like a development disorder, like you may know about like a good doctor, the in the American TV series about autism doctor, like autism is another one, and then ADHD is another one. For example, I'm living in my house. I'm living in the like some high school in my town. My town is Lexington, and then there are some specialized students attend there. They are all kind of this kind of disease like ADHD or Alzheimer's, and so they have a specialized education required. So this is one is not many population, but this is also to be to be handled properly because of the society to be more improved and better way to to communicate. And then this kind of like a person should be treated more like a individually. So this is one actually that they can also same thing, dynamic adjusting therapy session, enhanced treatment efficacy, and then immersive engaging therapies. For example, one example like one of the pioneer in this field is we call Akili interactive labs, and then they develop they call Endeavor like it's Endeavor XR. I don't remember the correct the product name,
Mm-hmm.
but Endeavor some.
Okay, it's not that. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then they provide a game, the mobile game, and then actually the children actually thriving like ADHD children. The ADHD children's more the somewhat one of the some difficult like a symptom even autism is that they cannot keep their attention to something. You may know that because
Oh.
yeah, so they try to make more better the like enhance their like capability of the attend to something. So they
Mm-hmm.
immersive to some game, and then in the immersive game actually understand actually the what try to focus on. So they provide a task to focus on something, and then they provide like to enhance it. They provide interrupt like something distract you and obstacle you, and then give you the mission that the like avoid like this kind of distraction, and then avoid this kind of obstruction, and then like there is a, like for example target, and then you can shoot them or something like the game, right? And then through this one
Yeah.
actually provide interactive treatment, but during the time actually that they monitor you, and then they monitor your game performance, and then
Yeah.
then recognize you on the spot in the real time, and then adjust the game much better than like appealing to you, and then provide a
Yeah.
more personalized treatment. This is the same
Yeah.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
Even cancer, right? Because cancer usually this is not directly cure the cancer, but the cancer accompany many side effects, like a side effect or the other symptoms. For example, you have a cure, like for example, chemotherapy or something. You have a very pain, and
Yeah.
then even you survive, like you have a survive. Actually, the you worry about the reappearance of your cancer, whether so you have a very depressed mind, you have anxiety. So they try to help you to to relax from this kind of accompanying symptoms of this cancer treatment. So they usually they provide like changing your mind and the behavior, and then you're like lose your like a pain through this kind of the like personalized matter of the way to actually engage in you, and then provide a therapeutics. So this is another way to actually provide the personal medicine to support your cancer treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Even diabetes, right? So diabetes is very common, and for myself, actually, I also have some diabetes. I have a like some everyday like have some drug related to diabetes, but anyway, because some my case is very not much serious. So I exercise, I change my meal, and then have a good lifestyle, and then I make better way. But there are many other people actually that cannot do that. So this is
Yeah.
one company actually. Unfortunately, this company actually this bankrupt recently. This is the one innovation from I mentioned is better therapeutics. They provide nutrition like cognitive behavior therapy. So CBT is usually adopted like a standard of care used in the mental health. So it's kind of like a cognitive way to your behavior change, right? Because it try to modify you. For example, you have a depression, you have a negative mind, and then they through this therapy actually that they try to change your mind to more positive. This is the one
Yeah.
principle.
Yeah.
And nutrition, cognition, behavior therapy means that because for example, you have like a diabetic, and you like some sugar level of your usually glycemic level they call, and then it'll be higher than normal people, and then this glycerol is coming from your sugar and the sugar from your nutrition, like your food. So there are high like sugar food, and they try to avoid you. And then because of, we have have a lifestyle, right? Because you like meat or some of the sugars or something like this. So we have like some attract by this kind of everyday life.
Yeah.
So they try to
True.
you like cognitively changing your behavior to have a better nutrition way, better way to like eat your food, right? So this is
Yeah.
one idea. And then this is the one actually that, and then the way actually that they provided the CBT usually also is a treated for the generally for some group, right? Because this not CBT not like developed for the individual, but in this case also like based on this digital technology, know by your emotional state, know by your other health condition, and then based on that they provide your like a nutrition CBT treatment for that. So this is also personalization and then precision medicine cases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was an introduction. Then this is I want to share my idea that why I think about this precision medicine is one of the killer application, should be killer application of DTX, and then how we can actually innovate this space. So this is I'm just providing general that all the default level will be coming out. This all the default level I will share it, and then this will be the point actually that I contribute professionally.
Mm-hmm.
One thing is they provide high clinical effectiveness and economic impact because this is one that uh, in this field, a lot of people don't know about it because recently there was a report about how much this is digital diabetes management solutions will be effective, whether it's worthwhile to pay. That was it. And then they selected uh, about 5 or 6 was some of the some companies like a digital diabetes management solution. This is a digital solution,
Mm-hmm.
and then they estimate, they evaluate, and then they evaluate the clinical effectiveness, means that how much it can be cure you effectively, and then
Mm-hmm.
how much it costs to have it, and then they found very negative way, right?
Yeah.
And there was as mentioned, like Digital Therapy Alliance, the have a comment about this, and then they have some bias by this kind of level. At some point, I agree because I understand much better way actually that they select the sample because I already know about these companies, and then
Mm-hmm.
to my understand, because a lot of people, a lot of company actually doesn't have any specific pattern in this area. So I don't know about the detail level, but my understanding, I have another company including this better sort of other company actually they already have pattern. I understand the innovation, and then I think that to my understanding they have a much better way to deliver than this company they use it. So I think that the DTA dimensioning like a selection of the few sample and then categorize as a whole like a diabetic, because if they provide because they trust by like doctors or insurance company, and then they like, oh, so digital diabetes like digital therapeutics is not worthwhile. So, and the most important thing is they try to like insurance in reimbursement, like the usually patient don't want to pay it out of pocket. So
Yeah.
it's good to insurance support your payment, right?
Yeah.
And then to get
Yeah.
this one,
Right.
actually,
Right.
they prove that it's a high effective and low cost. Otherwise,
Yeah.
insurance company does not provide. And then if they
Yeah.
provide this one, the insurance
Yeah.
company will say, well, do we need to provide the insurance to this kind of the treatment, right? Another way
Yeah.
is to like, for example, doctors, right?
Mhm.
Because they want to provide a more better way, right? And then they have a diabetes like the patient, and then they want to recommend this one, but they're not sure that, well, it's not much effective, but high cost. Why should I recommend it to my patient?
Yeah.
This
It's
is
true.
the issue, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
This is a situation. This is a pain point, and
Yeah.
then Digital Therapy Alliance understand, right? But I don't
Right.
know whether they have a like a solution. I understand they are very expertise in this field, and then I also try to understand for myself this situation, and then I
Hmm.
preparing something that to provide the service for this pain point the solution my way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
It's
the
very.
one hint I provide is a better way to do high cost, high effective, low cost by which way? Precision medicine, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
then matter is how, right? That's one I'm going to give an answer, right? So
Mhm.
this is a pain point I found, and then this is the issue, and then this is the very big issue that to be DTX to be to be adopted as a mainstream healthcare industry, right? Adoption
Yeah.
require this kind of test
Right.
and provide more credible way to do, right? So there are
Right.
many aspects of which will reserve, but my general idea is to precision medicine for everyday treatment,
So,
right?
Alex, I want to also add something. If we have some time, I also
Mm-hmm,
want to share my thoughts about this new field.
mm-hmm,
I have my own investigation that it really show me as bright future for
mm-hmm,
all humanity. That's great step. Um, the first, I want to say that you have been told everything that it can be said there, but I have my own thoughts too, and I have some question that I want to clarify with you. First, digital therapeutics, yes, refer to evidence-based therapeutic interventions
mm-hmm,
driven by software programs to prevent, manage, or treat a medical disorder or disease. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
I'm totally agree. And you show, yeah, you have been shown that even mental diseases can be cured with this method. And I think that it will be. I don't know how many years after that, but I think that the future is not far from us.
mm-hmm,
Uh, but there are some pros and cons of this aspect. The pros is accessibility that you have been told. DTX can be accessed remotely, increasing accessibility for individuals who may have difficulty accessing traditional healthcare services due to location, mobility issues, or other constraints. The second, convenience. It's also so very convenient, as you said there. Patients can engage with DTX intervention at their convenience, allowing for greater flexibility in managing their health and wellness around busy schedules. Personalization, okay, also cost effectiveness. I think that is very big benefit of this sector, and continuous monitoring. That DTX platforms often include features for real-time monitoring of patient progress, allowing healthcare providers to track outcomes and adjust treatment plans as as needed, but some cons. But I can't say that they are cons, because some of these cons I found today answer in your presentation. At first, that from my investigation, there was appeared privacy concerns, that there was all of include that the collection and use of patient data in the TX interventions raised privacy concerns, particularly regarding the security of sensitive health information and the potential for data breach. But I think that you have been told they are biomakers, that I think with the help of this fact, these cons will disappear. Then regulatory challenges, which TTX is a relatively new and rapidly evolving field. I think that's maybe it's new, it's rapidly evolving field, but it has great future. It's my own opinion. And after all investigation, research, and after your presentation, your thought that it will be there big and great. I think that I can say it big. It will there will be great results in here. But one cons of this aspect. Until now, arise question in my mind that lack of human interaction. Some patients may miss the human connection and personalized care that comes with traditional face-to-face interactions with healthcare providers, leading to potential feelings or isolation or disengagement. You have been told there that using AR, VR, XR in this field. And I don't know, do you remember that in our last year's webinars, there was also that AR, VR had the new features that a human can feel, not only see, it can feel, it can a traditional feel or traditional face-to-face interaction, also feelings. The AR and VR can give these humans also. I think that's after some time, maybe it will be not in the first steps, but after some steps, lack of human interaction cons will be also disappear. It's my opinion. And from the presentation, my thought also changed to the pros, to the positive case. I that in another case also, every step in this field can be revolutionize our traditional medicine. Okay, but I don't know how many years will be technology, digital environment to give humanity this everything that you said there. But I believe it. I believe it that it will be. And thanks to you, I don't know, we have not so much time, but I want also to thank to you that you really do great things. I know you're not from all of that digital therapeutics theme, also that from the last years that you have great steps in metaverse, and also the fields which connected to the Web3, metaverse, and these cases, and new field that you today do work in digital therapeutics. It will be a great step, and I support you. I really every presentation, really every your webinar have the insightful information. It's a great.
Thanks for your sharing your insight. Actually, I like privacy issues and other issues. I recognize it. And for the all the, if it's all the side of the that's all side with the digital side, I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of the understanding of the solution issues, so I can do that. Actually, other issues actually that I choose is I need some collaboration with the other field, like a medical field. I'm not much in different level of the understanding of the healthcare, like other medical. So that's why I'm trying to get the network with other persons, have experience, share the experience and something like that. That's what I'm trying to do. this kind of webinar and contact went. Let me finish one and my idea about you because so this is one thing that how actually to cure the pain point the first because this I also like share with the idea that this is very prospective fear. It should be required by in any way, even like a human way, whatever. Because for example, I'm already 60 years, and then still actually there are more population actually that is getting more old age population is more increased now, and the expected life is much longer than compared to like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and then even people can live in the 100 years old now. So healthcare is the most critical point. We should look at it. And as a like an industry professional, tech professional, that I wanna like contribute this field, and then so actually particularly for digital therapeutics, and then also like in general healthcare, that the way is actually if you have money, you can have a better position then, right? So how actually to make pie, right? So this is one idea that share like I already give you the digital president one way to make a pie. For example, internally even. This is, for example, this is my idea. I'm going to, I'm still developing, so I'm not. I want to share until I have a patent. This is my idea that this is a general idea. This is I can share that. For example, that already you mentioned that every treatment, traditional there is treatment, drugs, doctors, or whatever. Yes. And then this third option will be a very easy to access and easy to do, and then low cost or complementary solution to you. It'll be accepted, right?
Right.
This is just extreme idea. Like, for example, that you buy, as I mentioned the example, you buy drug, the indigestion or headache. The price will be low. For example, like $20, right? But even with that, you have a digital twin, right? Because I'm very understand of digital twins in metaverse. Your digital twin of your drug in somewhere in the on-site. So you buy your drug, and then you just using your smartphone. You have like there is a like you can scan it, right? And then you scan the barcode or whatever, right? QR code, and then it'll be drive into your site, and there is a digital therapeutic something corresponding to that. And then you provide, for example, like even you like have a drug, like a stomachache, and you provide, for example, they have a AI, and then you said, oh, you buy this drug, and then AI inside your smartphone understand your situation. You provide a more personalized. My symptom is like this, like this, like this, and then they try to understand through like a passive way to understand you, like sensing. And then they have a more better way to like, for example, okay, in your case, actually, your better way to have a more like hot waters with your drugs, or try to avoid this kind of the food, and then try to get a sleep, something like this kind of recommendation. Shit, just free. But you buy it, it'll follow you. This the way. This is my idea, right? Not big thing, right? Also, no, it's a kind of the same thing because if you like focused on, and then to think about it, right? Cheap way, but better way. Why not doctors, pharmaceuticals adopt this digital therapeutics? This is a very good option, right? They will increase your sales of your price. Even they increase your price, your drug price, right? It's worthwhile, right? This is my idea to how actually we can increase the pie, and then actually then there is more digital therapeutics use cases, and it'll be more, and then it'll be have to like a digital therapy industry. Each company can be revenue, even it'll be have to the people. This is my idea. This is one thing I get the attention that, for example, that why tech industry want digital healthcare and Harvard Business Review. And they said the solution requires healthcare system, like, for example, here is like the winners will have system that team up with the digital tech companies, right?
Yeah.
Bring them to this industry, make more market, and make more pie, right? So there is a like other like alliance, right? Not just healthcare, big tech industry, $100 trillion industry bring to here, but it's worthwhile because of this health is worthwhile to pay, right? And then here is another like hopes generative AI healthcare from treatment to global. See that 10 trillion. You know that I look at the recently about like the actually I'm collaborating with. My next webinar will be we will collaborate this marketing research company in India. They reported like a digital therapeutics industry global industry, and then I collaborate. We organize a webinar next month. But actually, this company estimate like this for the like market growth of digital therapeutic industry in the year 2030. 5 years later, it's just it's not even 100 billion. It's like a tens of billion. Very niche, right? But see that 10 billion, 10 trillion here. So if you think about increasing your pie in a different view, right? As I mentioned, right? Every day digital therapeutics, every life digital therapeutics for the precision way. Big market, right? We think about changing your mind, and then I'm just try to do have a like some communicate with this industry people that to share my idea how we can do
Yes. Yes.
there is
Yes.
opportunity, definitely, right?
Yeah. Right.
There will sometime they understand. Anyway, I'm preparing for this kind of thing, and this is one thing. Like there are many actually. Even there are a lot of the advance in medicine. There are many diseases actually that we don't understand. Their disease mechanism. I really understand to understand this brain, our brain, and I just researched what kind of brain side actually the part of it relate to some kind of the disease. I research or recorded research. So all kind of brain part is there. Our brain is a computer, right? Is a CPU. So this is the most important part. Even with brain, there are many diseases or disorders is out there. And then even there is a lot of advanced one actually that there are a lot of the disease actually we don't understand, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So bring this new technology, new way to do see your condition, and then we can target it, and then there are more better ways, and then this is a medical field, right? So this is my idea that if you look at this field, and then this field will be welcomed by traditional medical field, right? Because doctors already involved in this kind of field, they try to that, and then this is a point actually that we can find some way actually to resolve this kind of issue, and then bring this digital therapeutics for this field, and then precision medicine way, and this is the way actually that we can increase more like adoption of DTX, right? So up to now, actually, that I share two ideas, but I'm not sure that how many people actually get attention when I talk about it. But anyway, I'm going to share this, and then keep knocking my idea until such a time there will people will feel that this idea will be working. And anyway, because for myself, I'm collaborating with a few groups already to provide some part. I cannot handle everything, but anyway, some part my own way to provide this one. So I fully understand what you mentioned about you mentioned before, like some issues, like privacy issues, digital technology issues, other issues that I already to have in, and then I was like post. I share my post about the side also, but anyway, generally this is a field that I really feel attracted, and then I for a while I've been here, and then and let's just see how much actually I can contribute this field.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for everything. Thank you for today's webinar. It's really great.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yeah, so I hope to see you in the next webinar, and then I want to keep touch with you, and then maybe share my idea. Then maybe sometime in the future we maybe collaborate face to face.
Maybe, maybe. I also think that it will be great pleasure for me to collaborate